We're at the St. Paul Ice Fishing Show. I'm with Josh Bullivant from Trapper's Landing. Josh, how's the show going for you?
It's been a great show. It's actually a lot busier than I was expecting for this one.
Yeah, very good.
Yep.
You know, we wanted to have you on to talk some Leech Lake today. For people who aren't familiar with Leech Lake, I know a lot of people have heard about it, but they may not know exactly where it is and kind of how it sets up. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we're north of the Twin Cities, about 3.5 hours, north of Brainerd, north central Minnesota. It's a 115,000 acre lake, so it's a big water out there. It's a very clear lake as well, so walleyes, northern pike, eel pout, perch, bluegills, crappies. It's got all your main species that you want to go for. Mm-hmm. Really known, not as quite as maybe a numbers lake, but a big fish lake out there.
Very good.
So,
in Trapper's Landing, you guys do open water trips too.
Yep.
But let's talk ice fishing. So, you said you do rentals out on the ice.
Yep.
Are they day houses, overnight houses? What do you have out
So we got both. We have 8 by 16 day houses, and then we also have our deluxe 10 by 22 houses.
Okay.
So our deluxe ones come with 2 TVs in them. They have cook stove, oven, leather couches, leather chairs, heat holes drilled, and then one of the other unique things about us, all your gear is provided. So we've got underwater cameras, flashers, augers, even the portable gear to get out during the daytime because you want to sometimes get out of the ice house. Mm-hmm. We've got all that free to use for all of our guests that come and stay with us.
So that's day houses and the deluxe house?
Yes, day houses, and the day houses don't have the TVs in them. That'll be more your standard just ice house. It's set up for fishing. It does have heat and holes in there. Mm-hmm. It'll have a folding card table and chairs, but yes, all the gear still comes with that as well.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So when they come up, just bring food and warm clothes, basically.
Yeah, that's all you need to pack. We've got it all for you. And then if you want to, another package, we've got all of our, we'll do the ice house with one of our 3-bedroom cabins.
Okay.
And of course the cabins come fully stocked with everything you need. So full kitchens, towels, linen, sheets. They've got dish network, heated floors, gas fireplaces. So very unique spot on the lake. Very high end. I always tell people we're the fluff resort. So
yeah, it sounds really nice.
Yeah, we've got it all. So
tell me about the actual fishing. What's kind of the hot ticket? What are people using to chase walleyes on Leech Lake?
Yeah, so walleyes on Leech Lake can be a little bit difficult during the daytime because the clear water that's out there. Mm-hmm. So usually evening time. I prefer flutter spoons. A lot of guys using that flutter style spoon. So like Northland's coffin spoon or the buckshot rattle spoon to any of those more flutter style, slow moving, fish very aggressively. Okay. And up a little bit higher, so we don't need to always pound on the bottom. I've found a lot of fish come in about 2-3 feet off the bottom for the walleyes, and they will hit that. And what a lot of people tend to do is you tend to stop your jigging. You know, we're always taught, see them on the flats or coming up, to slow down. Whatever you did to get that fish in, you keep doing it, and they'll hit it.
I like it.
Yeah, the other good thing about Leech Lake is it's a really good lake that sets up really well with, if they don't hit your jigging, they'll hit the set line with the full minnow on it.
Right, that's what I wanted to ask you about next.
Yeah, so, and it goes all night long, so it's not just in that one time period, those half an hour or hour at sunset or sunrise. They do bite periodically all the way through the nighttime.
So you got that good kind of first hour light, last hour light, but you've got a good overnight bite out there.
Yeah, very, very good overnight bite.
Let's talk a little bit about size structure on Leech. What are we talking about? You said that it's not really a numbers lake, it's quality lake. Of the size structure of those walleyes.
Quality, I'd say average size can run anywhere between 24 to 28, 29 inches. We see a lot of the 26, 27, 28, so very big fish out there. Yep. We have a very good slot on the lake, or it's not really necessarily a slot. We get the 4 fish with the 1 over 20 inches. So you for sure will usually get your 1 over 20 inches out there. Just haven't seen quite the numbers of those 16, 17, 18s on our side of the lake. Now Walker Bay, that's a whole different animal over there. You'll see a lot more smaller in numbers over there, but that's a little bit deeper out there where you're going to fish in that 30 plus foot. Yep. Whereas on our side of the lake, it's really unique. You don't have to go out that far or that deep throughout the whole season. One of my favorite spots, it's hard sometimes with the wheelhouses, is setting up in less than 10 feet of water. But what you can do is go set your wheelhouse 16, 18, make sure you have a break and set up your tip-ups up in that shallow water. Yep. And we've seen a lot of those big fish, and good numbers of those big fish get caught up in less than 10 feet of water out there.
And that's something I tell people all the time. You know, a lot of times people will get in their fish house and then they set up their tip-ups, and like the same type of water that they're fishing their
Yep.
fish house. It's like, get those tip-ups doing something else in a different area than what you're actively fishing in your fish house.
Yeah, and that's very, very successful on the lake. So you definitely want to make sure, and then don't set them right on the bottom. Everybody tends to get into the 6 inches off the bottom. That water is crystal clear on Leech Lake. They will see it 2-3 feet up above there, and they don't second guess it then. They'll come up and hit it and go down. And noticing with all the live active targets and live Panoptics, when you're looking for those fish, a lot of those fish you're going to notice are way up in the column on Leech Lake.
Yeah.
And that is because that clear water.
Very cool. Well, let's talk about other species. You guys have perch and stuff like that out there?
Yep, we got good numbers of jumbo perch out on the lake. Across the lake, historically, they do, again, fish shallow with that one. One of my favorite times, March, come up in March, you can literally sight fish them in 2 to 3 feet of water.
That sounds
So
like fun.
not a lot of room between the ice and the bottom of it, but you can literally sight fish, bring your portable, sight fish them, see them that way. Winter times, they tend to go out like our side of the lake, out on the deeper rock piles. So we do got some of those deeper 18, 19 foot rock piles, and then some of those big sand flats out there that you look for the perch in the mid-winter time. But they're here today, gone tomorrow type thing with the perch out there. But they are a very good sized perch. Also, you got to weed through a whole bunch of little guys too, and you'll see those. There's a very healthy population or a perch boom going on the lake. So there's a lot of smaller fish and stuff, and we're guessing that just keeps feeding the machine on the lake.
Yeah,
So
that's what you need is that nice forage base. I'm sure those walleyes are gorging themselves on those as well.
They are.
Anything else you wanted to talk about before I let you go here?
It's a fun lake to fish if you haven't gone up and fished it. Very unique structure. It's going to be a lot different than what we're used to with that one. We are open to the public as well, so if people got their own wheelhouses, we plow a nice road. We do about 25 plus miles of road each year for everybody. So, and we've got everything at the resort. So we got restaurants, we've got restaurant bait, tackle, everything they need except for propane out there. And then Leech Lake, if you're looking for northern pike and all that too, one of the unique things for the guys spearing out there or that, even though it's a musky lake, there is spearing options out on the lake too. So it's definitely a lake that's got everything that an ice fisherman or open water or anything that you need for it on the lake. So lots of different options and ways to fish out there.
Very good. It's Josh from Trappers Landing. If people want to find out more about Trappers Landing, where can they go online?
TrappersLandingLodge.com, or they can follow us on our Facebook page. We do weekly fishing reports throughout the whole entire season, open water and ice fishing. So we'll give the latest report each week with that. So Trappers Landing Lodge on our Facebook or TrappersLandingLodge.com.
Very good. He's Josh from Trappers Landing. Thanks so much for watching. Our coverage from the St. Paul Ice Fishing Show continues.